BBC Wiltshire Breakfast with Ben Prater.
Now, this might surprise you, it's a year on since the London Olympics. Where's that gone? And all this week we're looking at Wiltshire's Olympic legacy. This morning, the winners and the losers since last summer, as far as funding is concerned when it comes to dishing out the beans. Ahead of the Rio Olympics in 2016, water polo will see the largest increase in budget compared to a year ago. UK Sport is pumping in an extra 53% into the sport. But money for swimming is down by nearly 15%. Well, Louise Clayton is here from the Swindon Dolphins Swimming Club, along with one of their members, James Clark, who's about 6'8". Louise and James, good morning.
Morning.
And also sickeningly swims a mile in about 90 minutes, Louise.
Yeah, that's right.
He's having his shredded wheat, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Hey? Compared to my 2 hours and 15 minutes or whatever it took yesterday. Now let's start with the figures, Louise. You've had a water polo club for around 25 years, so 53% funding raise. That's got to be good.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I think it's good for the sport. The majority of the funding, the $4.5 million up to Rio, is actually going to be in women's water polo. The male water polo has actually seen a decline in funding.
What are your teams? Mixed or male?
No, we have a male team. We have a couple of females training with us, but we don't actually have a female team. But obviously around Oxford, that kind of area, Basingstoke down that way, they actually have female teams.
So would any of this trickle through to maybe set up female teams at this level, or is it more elite level?
I think it's probably going to be more elite level. You've got 3 years to Rio now, and I think the focus would probably be trying to get the biggest increase in female teams, and obviously they'll have the biggest improvement with the funding injection.
What about swimming then? 15%? Because it wasn't the best Olympics, was it, for the swimming team?
No, it wasn't the best Olympics on record, although looking at the semi-finals and final placings, they actually had more than any other Olympics, but the medal tally as such wasn't as high as what they expected. It's seen a decrease in funding.
Yeah, I should say, down by 15%,
Yeah, so they're just over 20 million. They do have a new performance director and head coach in place that happened in April, and I think the focus is going to be more on quality rather than quantity.
Let's bring James in then. A huge guy, huge training regime, I'm sure. Do you look into this? Do you have a reaction to this, James, about what kind of funding comes into your sport? You're an up-and-coming star.
I don't get really involved in all that. I just swim. But obviously, come September, I'm going up to Bath to swim with a more senior programme. So I should get more involved with what goes on. Maybe it could affect my swimming. Obviously, it will affect my swimming.
Yeah, what did you make of London 2012 as a swimmer yourself? Most of us looked and thought, well, they're going quite fast. But for someone who knows about every stroke...
Yeah.
Did you expect more from them?
Well, not really. Well, I didn't actually watch much of it on the telly, but I have since gone on the internet and watched some of them swim again, just because it's interested me. And I can take what they do in the water, adapt it to my stroke, and then become a more faster swimmer.
And so you're in between, aren't you? Because you're using local facilities and with local people, albeit you're rather good. And then we've got this talk of the elite level. Do you think there's a bit of a gap that needs looking at? Plough more money into the lower level of sport.
That's where I've come from. So I don't think there needs to be more money, but more of a focus into that level. Because you need to build up to get to that performance stage and then go from there.
How many medals and trophies and ribbons have you won since we last had you in about 2 months ago, Louise?
Team's done very well. We're just coming up to the last couple of weeks of the season before Nationals. So the kids are just focusing on the National Champs now in Sheffield, which begin in 10 days' time. And hopefully we'll get some really good results from there.
Let's hope your van doesn't break down again.
Yeah, hopefully.
Have you got a new one yet, or is that old Ford Transit repaired all right?
No, it hasn't repaired.
That's what you need funding in.
That's right, absolutely.
Wheels. New wheels. Louise Clayton from Swindon Dolphins and James as well, young swimmer, top potential, James Clark. Mark, he's a big man, isn't he? Let's bring you in.
Yeah, it is. Indeed.
Just a second, the good news is you don't have to
mic
race against him in a swimming pool. That's the good news.
I don't like to do a bit of the torpedo.
Yeah.
Me going on there. How big are your feet? Yeah, look at the size of those plates.
What are they, James? I know they're
12.
He doesn't even know his foot size. I love it when life was that simple.
Built-in flippers, he said.